I researched, practiced, published a book, and teach habits for many years. But what does that have to do with mindfulness, you might ask? Well, aren't habits mindless? You may remember my discussion with Dr. Ellen Langer, mother of mindfulness, who suggests that habits are mindless. And I cannot agree more. That is absolutely right. But to establish them, I believe, you have to be mindful. So in this lecture, we will look at how habits and knowledge of habits can help us introduce mindfulness in our life, such as mindful eating, mindful breathing, mindful yoga, and any other mindfulness practice. We will discuss how we can introduce multiple habits, such as mindful breathing, meditation, and exercise, which, by the way, could be mindful as well, and connect them together and almost do as one to introduce yet another to improve our health and overall well-being. When we talk about mindfulness, it is almost as if we are saying mindlessness is bad. You may actually hear this from some people, and it may surprise you when I tell you otherwise. Yes, there are so many advantages of mindfulness, and you learn many already. In fact, if it wasn't for so many great advantages of mindfulness, you wouldn't be watching and listening this course. And I wouldn't be spending so much time creating lectures, teaching mindfulness, doing the workshops, and so on. But we have to be careful here. I try to fully understand the subject. This really clicked with me after my mindfulness discussion with Dr. Ellen Langer. There are times when we are simply mindful, do not think about, live the present moment, and are truly in flow. However, it is my belief that we need to develop that skill. For many of us, it certainly just doesn't come up naturally. So practicing meditation daily, no matter what kind, let's say mindful breathing, requires you to establish that habit of mindfulness. And habit itself, you could consider a mindless action. But it is good for you, and it helps you and your brain perform actions without thinking and without losing much energy, so that your brain can leave that energy for things such as, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? What movie am I going to watch next weekend? And so on. So, you want to be mindful. You first need to establish habit of being mindful, habit of meditating daily, habit of breathing exercises, etc. You see the connection? Good. Now, I'm going to share with you some work from my Habits and Happiness book and research. And in the following few minutes, I will discuss how to create a habit of meditation and mindfulness. In my habits program, I go deep in how to create habits, but here I will focus on some specific meditation habits. Before I even go there, I want to give you a quick tip. Let's say you already have a habit of exercising every morning. Perfect. Every evening, it doesn't matter. Now listen how you can use that habit to help you establish a mindfulness habit. And the idea here is that one habit can trigger another one. So remember, one habit, the end of one habit, can trigger beginning of another habit. This technique will help you introduce multiple routines into many areas of your life truly, truly effectively. So let me give you an example. I exercise 5 a.m. every morning, and at the end of my exercise routine, I meditate. So the trigger for my meditation is the end of my exercise. So I finish my exercise, and end of my exercise is trigger for my meditation. So immediately following my meditation routine, I do a breathing exercise. And as you know, breathing exercise is also considered meditation practice. So the trigger for my breathing exercise is the end of my meditation. I introduced 3 habits into one sequence. You see this? So this ensures that I actually succeed in practicing all 3 habits every day at the exact same time and within the same environment. There's so much to say about the environment that is important. We don't have much time in this program because it is about mindfulness, but keep in mind that environment matters, and it is important that if possible you do this at the same time and the same place. So think of a habit you have that triggers another habit. How can you use such a process to your advantage? What sort of triggers can you create to introduce new habits? When I was teaching this little technique, how one habit can trigger another, I received in the workshops and online habit classes really great feedback that people saying, this is amazing, this is working. So please give it a try.